Jen.
What's your name?
My name's MeetMlou.
You've been doing yoga for a long time. How long have you been practicing?
I started when I was 17, and without fully doing the math, I'm approaching 65. So that's a lot of yoga.
How did you find yoga when you were 17?
My brother is 8 years older than I, and he was a yogi. And anything he did was wonderful, of course.
Where did you grow up that you saw your brother do this? And
Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
And what's kept you practicing all this years?
Oh, I can't not do it.
Why should people come to Pranatonic?
I think Pranatonic is quite unique. We have quite a variety of teachers and different styles. We don't have mirrors, which I think really gives a studio a different vibe. It's not a corporate kind of a feeling. It's an intimate, in my home. It feels like it could be in my home. Low pressure, low stress kind of place. The teachers who teach here just really love the teaching. It's the feeling I get. It's a nice vibe here. I think it's mellow and low key and down to earth and local. It feels very local.
When you teach a yoga class, how do you decide what postures or movements, how do you decide what you're going to do that day?
I typically ask people what they're in the mood for, and or if there's a body part that's calling out for something, and kind of let that shape the practice. The ultimate goal and the way I teach is to stay with the breath and really use the breath to guide the movement.
After doing yoga for your whole life, what's one of the most valuable things that you've learned or a tool that you've gained?
Boy, it's hard to just pick one.
Right.
I think at this stage of my life, I'm much more appreciative or aware of how the body moves and how the body feels. How does it feel when one is aligned, or when one is stretching beyond alignment and purposely, and what body parts engage or release, or certainly there are many other tangible or intangibles, but as far as the tangible, I think that body awareness piece, and as I'm aging, I'll get a little more into the intangible. My practice has become a little less strong, and that's been kind of a hard adjustment to go from being a 30-year-old to being a 60-year-old. That's a little interesting. But I think as time goes on, I've come to be really happy where I am and feel really good where I am, and I think that that's something that comes to people who stay with it long enough. It doesn't take a whole lot of fancy headstanding and strength stuff necessarily. When you're younger and that's what your body is calling for, then that's highly appropriate. But I think as we age, for most of us, some of these things become less accessible, but then there are other really wonderful factors that sweeten it and make the whole process very rich. I teach on Mondays. 10:45 is the gentle class, and noon is the Hatha Flow class. The gentle class is a little slower, and a little more instruction, a little more talking about alignment. The Hatha Flow classes, people are a little more accustomed to practice, so it moves a little bit faster.
Well, thanks for chatting with me, MeetMlou, and thanks for class.
You are so welcome. It was my pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.